started with 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Does that make sense? If you look at that. So all the way down, we've got even numbers going all over the place. So before I give you this sheet, I want to do, hopefully grade together. We'll see if we have time. Let's put this together from what you already know. 4 times 0. What's the answer to 4 times 0?
0.
Because you know that every time you're multiplying, if it's by 0, unlike addition, because 4 plus 0 is 4, but if you're multiplying, if it's 4 times 0, it's always going to be 0, because you don't have anything going on at all. 4 no times is nothing. What about 4 times 1? Can anybody remember what that's called? Not just the answer, but what it's called. Yeah, what do you think?
Every time that I can multiply something by 1, it's that 1 number.
It's going to be that number. Do you remember what that's called? Yeah.
The factors?
Not the factors. Not the product. But it's identifying the number itself. Identitive, that's what you talked about, right?
The property. Third grade, think about what properties we talked about on Monday with Miss B.
Yeah? Yeah, identitive property. It's going to be the same one. Now, how about this one? What are we doing when we're doing 4 times 2? Yeah?
You're just doubling it.
You're just doubling it. 4 times 2 is the same as 4 plus 4. So 4 times 2 equals? 8. Exactly. Can you remember a strategy for times 3? What do you think?
That you multiply the number, you do the double-ition, add.
You double and then you add that number again. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 4 more would be 12. Exactly right. How about 4 times 4? Good strategy there for 4 times 4. Yeah, what do you think?
16.
And how did you get there?
Because you double 4 and then you double it.
You double 4 and then you double 4.
Yeah.
So instead of doubling 4 and then adding 4, you're doubling and doubling. So 4 times 4 is the same as 8 plus 8, or 16. Now, when we've got 4 times 5, I know that you've already studied 5. So what if I switch that around? Am I going to get the same product if I do those same 2 things?
Yes.
And what's that called? Do you know the property that that's called by any chance? Anybody remember? Yeah? Not the distributive property. We're going to come to that in a little bit. The reflexive property. So we're showing a reflection. 4 times 5 is the same as 5 times 4. And 5 times 4, everybody equals? 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. You think of it the other way. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Ooh, how about this one? 4 times 6. 4 times 6. Can you get an answer and can you give me a strategy? Miles, can you give me an answer and a strategy?
24.
Yeah, 24. How did you get there?
6 times 4.
Okay, so do you know that already? You've already worked on it, so you know that 6 times 4. And eventually you will know that. You can always use this as a guide and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, there it is visual with this hunk of pies here. Or you can do, if you know that 4 times 3 is 12, you take 12 and do it twice. So it's 12 plus 12 is 24. How about 7? Anybody know how to get 7 or what that is? Yeah, what do you think? It is 28. And as we're doing this simply in a row, you can just always add 4 to that. 28. We can also go 4 times 8. We're back to this double kind of thing. Once you know that 4 times 4 is 16, what's 16 plus 16? That's going to get you to 8. Or you can even do 4 times 4. I'm sorry, 4 times 2, 4 times 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. What does that get us to? I want a different hand. Gage, give me an answer here. 4 times 8. 30 something. 32. It's exactly right. 32. Again, you can use that pumpkin pie sheet as reference, which is why I want you to keep it on that side. Plus, I prefer you not be tingly while I'm talking. 4 times 9. 4 times 9. Now, I know you learned a trick about nines the other day with your fingers, so that's one way to check. So let's do that together. If we remember 1, 2, 3, 4, what do we have left? Does everybody have an answer? What do you think it is? Scream it. 36! You get it. Now, we know that when we're doing tens, what do we need to do to the 4? Stop your writing. What do I need to do to the 4?
You put the 4 at the 4 and
Then you just put a 0 at the end. And so far, this is going to work for you every time, not for the whole rest of your life. But what about 11s? Actually, I'm giving you an answer. When I get to 4 times 11, what am I looking to do?
40.
Well, how did you get there? You just had 2 4s there. Again, it's not going to work for bigger and bigger and bigger numbers. But up to now, 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 4, 44. Last one. This is where we get to that previous property. You see a pair of things go through a way around a hard number like this. What can we do to that number? What can we do to that number to make it process a little bit easier in your brains? Again, this is not to make it harder, make it easier. Then you want to give me one? This is working. You can pass it if you want. Okay, Alice, what do you think? Does equal 48. If I were to take, you think you got it? You distribute it? Yeah. What do you think it is? 4 times 2, and you get that product, and you add it to the other, which would be 4 times what? 4 times 4? You got the 2 from here. What does that leave left? 4 times 10 is exactly right. This is a good way to do it. If you do that, what you're going to get is what's 4 times 2? Everybody, 4 times 2 equals? And 4 times 10 equals? Almost not 40, but, I mean, not 4, but 40. You got the 8 plus 40 equals 48. So that's that distributive property. Always go back and check with your bucket pie sheet. But I don't want you to just copy. I want you to think through these and see if you can remember these strategies. Yes, sir.
I have a different strategy.
Yeah?
One day there's 24 hours.
One day there's 24 hours.
And then in 2 days there's another 24 and 24 plus 24 equals 48.
48 hours is exactly right. That is true. 24 plus 24 is 48. Oh, you can't have that one. So with all answers on it.
Thank you for the answer.
I know, that would be really nice of me, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. Let's take about 4 or 5 or 6 minutes to see how many of these we can do. sometimes we've got the 4 on the top and sometimes we've got the 4 on the bottom. Can you switch those numbers and get the same answer? 8 times 4 or 4 times 8? The answer is use that. That's going to work for you every time.
Mr. Ronan, why don't we listen to Revolution instead of that other Beatles song?
Could have used Revolution. That's in 4/4.
Or Iron Man. Different bands, except it's still good.
I like that I'm not seeing any odd numbers. Because remember, anytime we're multiplying by 4, you're never going to end up with a 5 or a 3 anywhere. Extra something for stretching your brain so you can go back and forth. If you get stuck anywhere and you want to use your pumpkin pies, of course you can. And I'll leave you with the pumpkin pies just because who doesn't like looking at pictures of pumpkin pie? You don't mind looking. Like an egg custard cookie. I want to try it, but no one in my house will let me.
Why?
Because they all want pumpkin out of a can.